today's video, we are going to talk about something incredibly powerful in the Next.js ecosystem. This is called templates. If you have ever wondered how to streamline your workflow, reuse component or structure a project in a way that saves time and effort, then this is video for you. We will cover what templates are in Next.js and why they matter, how to use template effectively to speed up your development progress, real world example of template in action, and of course some pro tips to take your Next.js project to the next level. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how templates can transform your workflow, and trust me, once you start using them, there are no going back. So grab your favorite beverage, fire up your code editor, and let's get started. So let's understand what is templates. So let's move on to the Visual Studio Code. So as you can see that we are coming on the Visual Studio Code. So here this is the example on which we are working since many videos. So here let's demonstrate that I want to demonstrate how the layout works in the Next.js application before switching on to the template. So here you can see we have a auth folder, and inside auth folder you have layout.tsx. So let's build a small text field on the UI on the inside the layout and manage the state with the help of use state in React application. So let's import the React hook, which is use state. So let's start importing. We can use import use state hook. It is one of the hook in React which manage the state of an input field. And here we can create a new field like name, and that name I can pick, and we can keep use state as an empty string. Okay, inside the layout we can create our input field like input type is equal to text and name, and on change we can on change will be of event, which will set the name value of the use state e.target.value. We can close this input field over here. So let's now move on to the browser then. So here you can see that we have localhost 3000, but if you are able to see that you are not able to see the input field, but here because we have not implementing their style sheet over here, but you can see that we can find the input field on the register page. When you localhost 3000, because you have implemented that on the auth folder, so you have to visit that register page. So as you already said that you haven't seen the input field here because of the style sheet we haven't implement for that particular input field. So here you can see that your input field is here. When we click it, you can easily see that it is border is black inside. Now what I just want to show you that how the layout works in auth folder. So let's type it as web coding with Ankur. And I just want to show you how the things work, how the layout works in Next.js application if we don't want to, or we don't implement the template in Next.js application. Here I have written web coding with Ankur, and you can see we are on register page. So we have already have three routing over there: register, login, forget password. Let's visit the login and see what value will the value between the inside of the field can be changed or not when we click on login. So here you can see that login is redirected to the login page, but here you can see that this particular input field value is not changed because in Next.js application the content the content is loaded from the page.tsx, although and that would be re-rendered again, but the input field which you place in the layout will not re-render, due to which their value is not changed. If you click on forget password, so again you can see that your content will be changed, but your input file will not change. So this is how layout works in Next.js application, because it shares the same component if you define that in a layout.tsx. But sometimes there is a scenario when suppose you want some animation or side animation or some use effect hook. Sorry, in where you want to implement some different layout for different routing. So then what we have to do, then you have to implement the template on this side. Let's move on to the slide and see what templates are. So I have already told you that how what are the nature of the layout dot tsx when we implemented without it using the template. So in the layout, you can already seen that the state cannot be changed or cannot be re-rendered again. But if we talk about the template, they are similar to the layout in that layout in Next.js application, and they are also share the same UI shared between the multiple pages in your application. But whenever a user navigates between the routes sharing a template, you get a completed fresh start. A new template component instance is mounted. DOM element is recreated. State is also cleared, which is not done, which is not cleared in the layout.tsx, and the effects are also resynchronized. So here, let try. So here, let's create a small example. So here you can see, let's create a template by exporting a default React component from a template.js or template.tsx file. Like layout, template need to be accept a children prop to render the nested route segment. So let's move on to the Visual Studio Code to how we can implement template in Next.js application. So here you can see that already we have the layout for the uncharted auth folder. So instead of this, we can still we can rename this from layout to template.tsx file. Now let's move on to the browser. Here you can see that we can log into the register. We can move on to the register, and again we can write some text over here, web coding with Ankur. And now you carefully see how the value of this particular input field can be changed when we navigate to some login or forget password. Let's click on forget password and let's click on it. So here you can see that the content of that particular field or a state can be cleared when we navigating to the forget password in Next.js application, because now we are not using the layout.tsx, we are using the template.tsx, in which the state are cleared. They are not state are cleared, and they can be recreated at some point of time. So here we can see, so what is the difference between the template and the layout. So for this, so as you can see that layout and template are both used in the same way. Instead of that you can use them both. You can also use the layout.tsx, you can also use the template.tsx, but template file is not mandatory to use. You can but on the other side, layout is the main point where the application load all the content of the page.tsx file. So now you are able to understand how you can implement the template or create a template in your Next.js application. Inside, when the layout.tsx will be called, each children is replaced by the template component created in an application. So now you are fully aware of how you can implement the template in Next.js application. And that is all for today. We covered what templates are in Next.js and how to use them effectively, and why they are such a powerful tool for speeding up your workflow. Template help you to stay organized, reduce repetitive tasks, and focus on what matters, building great features. Give template a try in your Next.js project and let me know how it goes in the comment below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips like this. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.